Breaking news, panic in Merseyside as police rush to a shooting at local playing field amid reports and concerns of the local residents and trying to identify those who are involved. This is True Brit Media, the channel that speaks, exposes and lives the truth, and the truth must be heard. And once again, I'm investigating a story where we have a rise in gun violence, gun crime in Merseyside. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload, smash the like button and get in the comments your thoughts on this one. This one's even more concerning as it's around a kids' school playing field, and that should scare you if you're a parent. Listen, I'm going to give you the details, the crux of this case. As I've said, I've been focusing massively on these type of reports, and it seems they are growing and growing in numbers. So here are the key headlines, and I'm going to give you a more detailed police report of everything that we know so far. Also, do let me know in the comment section if this is the first time that you've heard of this story. It says, shots fired at Mersyside playing ground as police swarm in. This happened last night around 9:45 p.m. Police were called to Hapsford Road, Litherland, after reports of gunshots and shouting. Police are renewing and reviewing local CCTV and making door-to-door inquiries in the area. And you can see the police presence there swarming in. And again, we've been very much subject to these sort of reports. If it isn't been the knife crime epidemic of seeing this blue and white tape plastered all over our towns, our cities, our villages, because there's been stabbings, well, now I've been reporting more gun crime. I did a story the other day of a double shooting in the London area, and then a week ago or so, I've caught CCTV footage of, again, a man getting out of a car in the Merseyside area and firing shots at someone's back and leg who ended up in hospital. These are becoming more prevalent, whether the media reports them or not. We're on it, and we want to show you what is going on in the UK right now. But as I said, this one bothers me more because this, again, is in a school vicinity, a local area, and children are at risk and at safety. So let's read into this a little bit more. It says, Merseyside police said there were reports of shots fired on Wednesday night before officers cordoned off the children's play park. Officers were called to a playing field shortly before, on November 19th, of loud bangs and shouting heard in the area. It was also reported that 5 teens were seen heading towards the train station. Some were on foot and some were on electric push bikes. Police have cordoned off a large area of Hapsford Park, a surrounding field on Hapsford Road, while inquiries are ongoing. A spokesperson for the force said police have checked CCTV footage in the area for any evidence of a firearm being used, and house-to-house inquiries have been carried out. So the first interesting bit to note of that, as I said, is this part here. Reported that 5 teens. So they have already had their suspects in mind, teenagers, which again is of grave concern. Let's read on, though. Let's read on. Again, there's a large police cordon in place at the children's play area where they are trying then to identify any, I guess, evidence to be able to carry forth. And you can see then, as I always say, that famous blue and white tape, that massive cordon, so that their investigation cannot be interfered. Police appealed to public for information as group of youth seen, and they're really targeting this group of youth sort of identity here. It says, I would appeal to anyone who may have witnessed the incident, saw the group of youth shortly after, or has any information what could help us with our inquiries to come forward. I would also like to appeal to anyone who lives in the area who has doorbell camera footage that may have captured the incident to get in touch. I'd like to reassure residents that our officers immediately respond to incidents such as these and is actively working to make Merseyside a safer place to live and work. We're relentless in our pursuit of such offenders who may be carrying dangerous weapons in our community and urge anyone who has any information to contact us so we can find those responsible. Isn't it mad that those sort of statements are being made in 2025? You know, we need to make Merseyside safer. We respond to people with dangerous arms. But the biggest point, again, is that reliant on the public. We talk about cameras. We talk about footage. It's this thing for me that I believe that without the public domain, without the help of us, the general public, half these criminals wouldn't be captured. Half these crimes wouldn't be solved. And it does make you wonder, again, how persistent are the police going to be in hunting down these teens? There's got to be footage out there to be able to find them. But yeah, madness. Let's get some more reports and some eyewitness reports and what they sort of had to say about it. It says, again, about the 5 youths, but someone said, obviously, they thought it was several loud bangs and shouting. They also believe it was more like fireworks at first, but then realised it wasn't. But here is the Merseyside police's statement. If you have any CCTV, dash cam, or doorbell footage or information about this incident, please contact them. Desperate. Basically, what they're telling me is we don't have anything. They don't have anything apart from 5 youths on the bikes trying to get away. Madness that we can't catch 5 teenagers, right? Parents have to walk around large police cordon on school run. Parents had to dodge a huge police cordon surrounding the park in Litherland this morning as they took their children to school. School run mums told how they had to make detours with a cordon erected around a child's play area. Again, a bit traumatic for those children in and around that, seeing that. Forensic officers have been seen this morning making inquiries. And again, they're having a look into it. Door-to-door inquiries that we've already talked about. But yeah, gunshots at the park. The detectives arrived at about 10 a.m. this morning to do their investigation. So, it happened at 9:45 last night and they didn't get there till 10 a.m. Hence why this story sort of come out today. A man who lives on the road says, my house faces the park. Last night I heard what sounded like some fireworks. And right after, there was quite a large police presence. There was the most I've ever seen, bar a big event. There were police officers trailing all around, shining torches into gardens, searching everywhere. Woman sees police dogs and search of smaller fields, so she thought it was fireworks as well, because kids set fireworks when it's not even bonfire night now, so just thought it was that. They all had sniff dogs out, and it was a very strange police presence. So ultimately, again, this is actually being, from what I'm seeing and the way those police are coordinating, they're taking this very seriously. They want to find those youths, and they want to be able to apprehend them. But again, it does get me wondering and thinking, how on earth do you get these incidents in the UK? I keep saying 2025. Because if the case is true that we have 5 teenagers who are carrying firearms, I've got no words. And I'm going to ask this question. And I always want to know the answer to this question. How and where are they being supplied these weapons? Still blows my mind about the machetes that we see and these kids carrying around. Who's giving them to them? Where are they getting them from? How are they attaining them? And why is more not being done? But firearms and guns, that's the next level. So if you are around or near that area in the Litherland or Merseyside way and this whole police and gun violence and stuff, then please do let me know. But I think my main takeaway here as well is, teenagers involved again. Where's the education? Where's the protection? Where's the parenting? But also, this isn't a school playing field. This isn't an area where children, you won't want to send your kid to that park anymore or that playing field. Or if you're on that school run, you're going to be very aware of your children being around there. It's a dangerous place, dangerous world. Make sure you look after yourself. Make sure you look after your kids, your family, and protect yourself, because you never know what people are carrying or doing these days. And let's hope we have an update from Merseyside Police of actually apprehending those who are culpable with such a dangerous weapon. Make sure you leave your comments, smash up the like. I'm out of here. Ta-da.